We live in rags, and my people are hungry in the land of abundance. We have everything. Now they cut off our natural resource. Our buffaloes are now caged and fenced in. My people are fenced in with laws. So in the hands, we are prisoners of wars with laws. So our hands are tied. Now these Christian people, they come, we're savages. We lay down our bone arrows and clubs down. So the only thing we've got left to our name is the sacred pipe and the sacred herbs. We got sacred gourds and like that, sacred stones. But yet this is sacred. So some way, some mysterious way, people like you came here and want to probe some mysterious way. The higher educated, my brother was outlining some of these points. Now they got tired of this, this cross. Remember I told you. From there, the bread and wine, the wine is flooded across from east to west. And this beer and wine and whiskey is flooding the whole country. And that's what's killing my people. And it's killing your people. And all four divisions, we're killing each other here. So it's more dangerous to be here, right here in our 50-state home. That is to be right in Vietnam. So we're betting in the Holland stop the war in Vietnam. And nobody hollered about stop the deaths right here in the United States because 6-7 years we involved in Vietnam, we lost over 55,000 of our best boys we've got. And we're losing 56,000 or more. It's still intensifying. The death rate and traffic toll death alone mounting up in just 1 year of 56,000 of us dying here on the roads. So there is no bearing on any religion. None. I relate that the other night. My people were divided. Christianity is a poison. It keeps dividing people's mind, and we're dispersed, separate from the truth. And we all talk the same piece. We spoke one language. Did anybody ever realize that we're speaking of the same piece? We interpret many languages, but yet we never believe and never execute. So, like I said, the Christian people holding that cross and flooding this bad water and poisoning people's mind, twisting people's mind. So my educated people, the medical people now, they testify that the alcohol is a pure narcotic and it does damage to the brain and it does damages to the organisms, to the body. So when a crime is committed, everybody hides behind insanity or behind the liquor. So we know this. So there is a dual justice run between the Indians and the white. If you're white, the penalty will be less. But if an Indian commits a crime, they throw the book at him. So this is what we stand for the American Indian movement. American Indian movement is we aim the truth through the sacred pipe. We aim the truth. We want the people to come back. Where, like I said, we're not condemning the white man, but we're condemning the attitude they have towards the American Indians. This is the truth. Like I said, stealing is supposed to be a sin. Down to chewing gum is sin. But when I came back to the Christian people and I told what happened to me, chewing gum is sin, and they're rubbing in my head. No, they said that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Chewing gum is not sin, but rubbing in your hair is sin. Cutting your hair is sin. So now we come back over here. Now we will come back to some of those 10 commandments, like committing murder. Murder is is sin. That's what the Bible, Christian people said. Thou shalt not do no murder. And that's what they're doing to my people. Like Shiventon and all these other that killed those 400 Cheyenne and all this massacring, drive all the Indians to the Pacific Ocean and all this stuff. And they killed my people. Like you all know, that Wounded Knee massacre, Chief Bigfoot. One man and all people were disarmed. And they shot him, they murdered them, they slaughtered them, they slew him. And the man that commands that, he got Congressional Medal of Honor. And that's exactly the same motivation that goes on, and that's what happened to Neely. That's the same execution that's been done by Kelly. That's what happened in Neely. So these are the things that are repeated. Now, we killed Custer. Through the sacred pipe, this is a bulletproof. The Spirit is here, and it's a bulletproof. I say Crazy Horse, he possessed a power, and the bullet won't penetrate. So Crazy Horse never been in school one day, and Custer, West Point graduate, outmaneuver him. And we put a blemish record, and we captured the United States flag. So it belonged to us. So we have proven it's ours. So my white brothers, they are under my wings. Now he's my little brother, but now they're reversing it. I'm his little brother, and he's stamping all over me and holding a gun and all this and pushing me around. That's wrong. So this is sacred. And now we'll come back to where Crazy Horse left off. And that's where the American Indian movement has been moving ever since from the beginning of time. So this is not newly organized. This is not organization. This is a movement by the people. Because the majority of the people, if you come and stay on the peace, if we execute the will of God, then the majority of the criminals or the dictatorship or the warmongers or the drunks or whatever you want to call them, murderers and robbers, they'll be kicked out of this universe. So that's why I've said, now, these people, thou shalt not do no murder. It's the same people from this white division. They're the ones we identify who is the murderer, who is doing all this, who is masterminding. Like I said, the Great Spirit blessed my white brothers with the knowledge, the ability, but yet when they mistrusting their own brother, now they start creating machine guns and tanks and rocket and poison gas and hydrogen bombs and atomic bombs. Now we're getting too damn smart. We're going to blow our heads off. We're going to cause innocent people to suffer sudden and slow death. So I want to focus the whole universe, being an American Indian spiritual director, I have to know what is going on. So when the Spirit come here, the Spirit that come here speaks every language in this whole universe. So this is, we want to take step by step as we go along. So I'll be visiting you in the near future as often as I can. Then we'll go from step to step, chapter, sections like that. Then we'll come unity. So I'll give you a quick run on this United Nations organization. The United Nations organization, there is more white delegates represented in a white division, and 2 delegates from a black, and 2 delegates from a yellow, but they left the red out. Now that trouble starts, so they reunite again. Now they want to have a meeting. So they're waiting. So everybody's sitting there. Who are we waiting for? All the United Nations are here. We're waiting one more One more nation is absent. At least we have one delegate from this absent nation. Then a meeting will start. So they ask, who is missing? Well, we're missing one delegate from Western Hemisphere. If we got to have one delegate from Western Hemisphere. So Uncle Sam got up and said, what the hell are you talking about? I'm supposed to be the richest man and smartest man, most powerful man. I'm representing the Western Hemisphere. What the hell are you talking about? All right, you sit down here. We're going to talk to you. When you first went to Western Hemisphere, you met a red man. What did you do with him? You made a lot of promises to him. You never fulfilling those treaties, promises. So if you're representing Western Hemisphere, you better go back and fulfill all the promises and give all the land back to him. Take everything that you took away from him, give it back to him, and then bring him here. Because that red man holds a sacred power. And what's the sacred power? It means this sacred pipe. So when he comes here, then we'll have all the 4 divisions together. Then this cross, the hatred and jealousy, has to be laid down. And this nuclear atomic bomb has to be laid down. And the 4th division will shake hands. And through this sacred power, through this sacred pipe, will communicate and pray to one spirit. Then the Great Spirit will bless all of us, and all this disease and sickness that we have will go away. He'll forgive us. And our dead will rise. And no more death, no more sick, no more hungry. And the Great Spirit will see to it the whole globe will turn into paradise. And he's going to see to it that there be enough room for all of us. And all the creatures are going to return, and the flying creatures, and the stars, and the moon. And the Great Spirit, once again, he will walk with us in his hand. And so we will return into the Great Spirit's holy hand. So this is the key, the whole masterpiece. If not, before the whistle blew, we got a whistle here. Before that whistle blew, before we execute this piece, we still got one more chance. So that's what I say, we got a chance, and there is a possibility that we can attain a world peace. So if not, if we don't reach this decision quick, then the whistle blow on us. There's going to be a bolt of lightning here, and all as you see this light is just like a cobweb. All is going to turn into electric, and it's going to heat. So the military power, now they're holding that gun. They won't be able to hold on that gun because electrical power is going to adhere the heat there, so they won't pull gun on us. So they won't be dependent. They won't feel brave without the gun. And earth is going to shake, and the stars, they're going to move, and the spirit from west to east, they're assembling all the thunder horses, and their sacred arrows are now assembled. So they're going to attack this universe we're now living in. So all these things you see, these elements, they come from Indian land, from Western Hemisphere. They are going to return where they belong. And all the gold and silver, and they're going to stay here. So I'm going to walk on barefooted again. So we are returning to the beginning. So only humble and meek shall inherit the earth. So we are going. So I invite you to stay with me. That's how much I love you. So my heart, our world, we breathe the same air. The creatures and the flying creatures, we breathe the same air. So there is no divisional line. But here, they got divisional lines. If I trespass, no trespassing. Like they done to one of my Indian boys. and they saw walking down the road, and he saw this irrigation well pumping a big water gushing out of a big pipe, 8 or 10-inch pipe. So he Thursday walked over there, and when he started drinking the water, that farmer came on, that white man came on, get out of my land. And he took his shotgun and shot that Indian boy right on that spot. These kinds of execution that we stand. So we are tormented, and we've been terrorized. And there's a shadow of fear. And they make laws. Then they hide behind the laws, and if we violate it, there's their chance to kill us. So that's what they've been doing to us. So this is dual justice. But the real justice is the Spirit is the governor of the land. So when he executes them stones that he carved, that you've broken, he's going to use them laws because you broke all them laws, and he's going to punish you for that. So we can assemble a grand jury and we can execute a bunch of white men or black people or yellow people. We can do that. So I want now conclude my talking to you, and I could go on all night, and the next day I could go on and on. But this is where we're going to stop here, and I sure appreciate and I thank you for the people that are responsible for all this radio and television and communication to send good message to our American people. This is where the real war is. I need your help. So this is our prayers, and I'll thank my Indian friends over there by the door. I thank them, and we're gonna join with us in this sacred pipe ceremony. So I thank each and every one of you, and this is way of my thanking you. So the Great Spirit bless all of you, each and every one. Thank you.
Well, again, before we fill the pipe, about 7 months ago, you all heard about Raymond Yellow Thunder. That Indian got killed in Gordon, Nebraska. Maybe some of the news that been news release. Raymond Yellow Thunder, we used the American Indian movement. That white man killed Raymond Yellow Thunder. At the time when Raymond Yellow Thunder was my next reservation, I was belonging to the Rosebud Sioux tribe, Rosebud Reservation. Then next reservation was the Oglala Sioux tribe. And Raymond Yellow Thunder was from Oglala Sioux tribe. And I was talking about the red power, and I was talking about the white man's laws. The reason why I was interested of me turn into a red man again, me turn into a militant, that I look militant, I feel militant, act militant. I got the power, could control a white man now, today, whether he's got everything. The reason why I was talking this way, Raymond Yellow Thunder was got four white cowboys and another young girl, I guess. Raymond Yellow Thunder was tortured by a white man. So my mind was out balance. The reason why I mention this, some of you students will be lawyers, will be a judge, and some of the things you're going to face the white man and Indian and the black man. But you must remember the justice. The weight of justice you will see. And Raymond Yellow Thunder was mistreated. So the power, many reservations, I'm going to say, many reservations, they lost their spiritual power. I seen it that I visit. And I say the Sioux are luckiest people again. So, for using Raymond Yellow Thunder's name, we organized American Indian movement nationally. There's so many organizations been in America here. But nobody never say they base what they base on. So we base on the spiritual peace pipe, and then we use Raymond Yellow Thunder. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we remember Raymond Yellow Thunder. They killed my brother. White man killed my brother. Then the white man got sent off for 6 years. And his brother got sent off for 2 years. And Indian got caught with car theft. He got sent off for 8 years. These kind of things that I don't like. That's why I feel these things. So some of you students will be lawyers and judge. So you must not treat the Indian that way. This fifth generation, this fourth generation, you must recognize the Indian. Maybe your father, your grandfather never recognized the red man, but you must now to recognize who are the evidence. I'll tell you these things, good things. This peace pipe symbolizes Sitting Bull's peace pipe. I think one of my white brothers made this. He's seen Sitting Bull's peace pipe. It's Sitting Bull's peace pipe is something like this. Same design. So now we all know we're going to smoke the pipe. But we're going to smoke the pipe with the black man first. White man all is first, Why he want to go in first. Whatever he want to do, he want to go in first, But now, today, we're going to let the white man be the second class of the spiritual thing. Then we're going to let the black man smoke the pipe. White man so militant, so witches, he brought the black man as a slave. But at the time, Mr. India never say this black man is going to be a slave. He never said that. So now, today, you all know when me and Martin Luther King was talking about the power. He talked about the black power. I was talking about the red power, 1968. That time I was young, but I talk about these things. But he left. He left to the happy hunting grounds. So, these things that some of the record, you all probably heard a record that I made. I mentioned Martin Luther King in there, in my Sioux language. But it's really hard to catch on. But only thing that you could catch on with, this herb, the peyote, the herb. So the black man and the red man going to stand together again. Then the white man and the yellow man. Yellow man, he never say too much. Since the Tokyo and all these things. He never say too much. But America, Western Hemisphere, This is how we're going to do. And this is how, when I bury Raymond Yellow Thunder in our reservation, I mentioned these things. So I'll mention these again. So, brother, we're going to fill these pipes. You're going to smoke with us. I'm going to tell my people after I get back to reservation. I'm going to tell them. And these people, this Sioux people that I come with, Chippewa, and all tribes that I come with, they're going to know. And they'll tell him. Tell their reservations and Mohawk country and all the closest reservations. They'll see. This is not a thing, but it will a thing that represent the whole universe. So these are the things that we're going to do. So I'm going to fill 4 peace pipes. So one pipe will go there, and one pipe will go there. Whoever wants interest smoking the peace pipe with us, and then one goes here and one goes over there. 1959. Remember, you all probably heard about me. I got caught with. They said I got caught with grass, marijuana they call it. And the white man saw stupidity. See, at the time I carried this sweet grass. Almost got sent off with my own sweet grass, you know. And at the time, the judge and the state's attorney, county attorney, I asked him, can you know this is a marijuana? You yourself now today. I said, I don't know. I don't know what is really like what is marijuana. I don't want to see it. And how come you've seen this grass and this is a marijuana? Before the Avon calls, this smell calls in the Western Hemisphere. So we're going to fill these sacred pipes. Sacred pipes, then we're going to smoke with the black man here. Then, if any other races, the yellow man's here with us, or he could smoke with us. These kind of good things. This is good, you know. You don't have to come here and tell your sins to me, no. No, to the Great Spirit, the greatest power. These are the things that you do. Then, the red willow bark. You know, now, today, the white law want to analyze this red willow bark. Is there any danger in there? I gave him the cigarettes. I gave him the tobacco. I didn't tell him to sell it. But he sold this tobacco. Now, like 60, 50 cents a pack of cigarettes. I didn't tell him to sell it. I tell him to experience it, to know what it's really all about, the Indian religion and Indian education. So at this time, see, after I leave from here, I'm going to leave for another state. So I won't be seeing you, but Christmas, the white men say Christmas, he used Santa Claus as an example, he can't put it no way, so he used Santa Claus, But Santa Claus, so I told him, we're not going to have Christmas, we're not going to have Easter, we're not going to have Thanksgiving. We can't say thanks. See, we're too we're too far. We're getting there to say word of thanks. So these are the things. I'll send a letter. After I come back from Texas, I'll send a letter here. So whoever interested in using the herb. But I will not in law no other drugs, but only the herb. Much as you want to eat, you eat, and you see yourself. Before you see yourself, you see to the Great Spirit, then see yourself. He will analyze you, and He will put you where the spiritual screening committee. Then He will screen you out. Then He's going to put you as where you're supposed to belong. That's He always do, These kind of sacred things. So we're going to fill this pipe. And I want to tell my brothers, the American Indian movement, that we use videotapes here. But I only thing that I'm going to ask, you must not show it to good, maybe certain days. Let the people hear, let the people know, you know. It's not a commercial. No. What I'm doing here, it's spiritually and physically, the education, that university. I'm living in university. I don't have to have a degree. I'm living in the university of life of the American Indians. So this is what I do all the time. This is some of the things that I perform. So it's going to be sacredly and spiritually, and you will feel it after you smoke the peace pipe. There's no such a thing as marijuana in there, but the feeling, you will know, and you will understand some of the things that I want to say that I don't say. You will know. And then what Crow Dog talking about, I know, and what Black Elk talking about, I know. So these are the things. So we Sundance. I'm not much of a man to do these things, maybe, but my Sioux people and my reservation, they want me to be a chief Sundancer, to direct all these things. So I told them I'm still young. Maybe I don't look young, maybe, but anyway, I feel that way at least, you know. So these kind of things that you all want to be experienced, you know. Then I fast 4 nights and 4 days. I don't drink water. So I quit drinking too, the alcohol. And the only thing that I want to quit, you know, cigarettes, you know, but somehow I don't want to, somehow I smoke all the time. But I quit drinking. I used to drink. The reason why I drink, I involve myself in politics. Come to Washington, then I talking about drinking while I start in, you know, but the sincere mind now, today, of my life, I quit drinking. I love my people so much, I put that away. But I'm only 30 years old now, 31 years old. I'll be 50 another 20 years and be 70. If I don't learn, hit 70, all these things that I learned, nobody won't make use of it. So I'd rather quit now. And what I'm supposed to do, I should do it to my people, and my people will be empower all these sacred things. So we're going to fill these pipes, and we're going to smoke with my brother here. Then we're going to smoke with my tribe here. You know, they're from here, I think. There's a close reservation. I come through here. I want to stop, but I didn't have the time. And somehow I come here, you know. I've got to go through here, but somebody knows that I was here, you know. They smell my sweetgrass, you know. They smell my peyote, so that's why I come here. By accidentally I come here, but it's a good cause that you're going to find yourself after you get back, come to my reservation. Then after you feel the herb, then you know what I was talking about. And you know what's all about the American Indian movement, what it's for, you know. So I'm going to fill these pipes. Black Elk's going to fill 2 pipes. And I'm going to fill 2 pipes. And then we're going to smoke the peace pipe. This pipe here, it belongs to my son. I made this for my son. I asked the Great Spirit in my generation. I got 4 sisters, and I'm only the youngest one, you know. And at that family, 4 sisters, and I'm the only boy there. So when I was growing up and know these things, well, when I got married, well, I asked the Great Spirit, I need in my family, I want a boy. And the Great Spirit answered me, and this Piyod answered me. He showed me, and he showed me this color, this purple. That's why whenever I do something, I wear these colors. You know, Beautiful to the Great Spirit, not to the people, but beautiful to the Great Spirit. These are the things that the peyote vision that He showed me when I put all the things here. Now I'm wearing it, you know. So this is my son peace pipe, so I got this for him, and he got me this far. Now he's going to take me another place. So you're going to smoke this pipe, and you all, in your mind, you could remember my son. Someday he could have the white man's education. Then someday could have, like now, could have all the education that had been given from the white man to relate to the Indian people. He could have it. These kind of things that I made a wish to the Great Spirit. So these kind of important things that I do for my American Indian people. As it makes it sure. What? Oh no. I told my people, my red man people, told him not to go to church anymore. I told him. White man religion anymore. Maybe scientists, professors, and topologists know what is sun is and what is Sundance is. The reason why we Sundance, not on Sunday, but we Sundance the day, and day that we Sundance the sun. That's why we call it. In our Indian don't have no Sunday. That's what we call it. But you really think about it, sun dance. Sunday, it's in between. Then the day. They always say, Crow Dog, he's talking from his hat. I never wear a hat, but they always say. One can catch no bag, can Kola hey yo Kola hey yo hey ho. One can catch no bag, hey Kola hey yo Kola hey yo Kola hey yo hey ho. Come this way, brother. Zilio. That's a custom we have, brother. Okay, you could sit with this now. You could sit down there. Hold it for both hands, Is there a yellow man in here? And I thought I would ask you, Akim. Hi, hi! Hi, hi! Sit with this. Why not? Why up, I think. Part is archery.
How you felt like you had Gasla? Als het zo'n paar kan je het allemaal kan je wel goed pakken, als je kan eten, nou het wel genoeg pa. Het is ook paar gewoon chichi na kapun kan het, we chose aan in een woek, ik te ja zo'n paar lero chichi pa. Al was die dat je het, heute had geen kan eten het, heute ik doe het als zou het chichi het, nou het. Heute auch kein auch kein na kauti kante na uchozani na wichi charekte ja gasla uchi pare us heute karata kya heche sete sapela ate heche heute wona riksape watching sape iktu chacha da khaza kokata kya heche wums be wableze kai chacha kakhola chak da kha heche Wableze, wona rikstapelel, oyakte, ja, ochichi pare oshmakta. Hache wakata kya thunkashila heche, oshimala heche. Makaita kile heche wola kota na heche. Wichoza nikte, mitha khola heche. Wambali chasha kathana kya una heche. Heche wo ke ka gayo heche. Heche nit khoas ake nit khoa kankile heche. Ja ook deze, wauto pas het. At ongeni na het niet gehad. Ooit zo'n keer het woke karajo, ja, gasla, ziet. Al het makake het, oji het makake, toen kan je na. Resultaat chasha na het. Ooit Wama kaska na wakupa koze lena heche. Heute woke akarakte heche chanupare sitinaki. Chanupaki le tatie topaki heche. O paki yuking tan heche. Na wichozani na woke de heche. O chitiaki.
Ja. Dito hai chieng tale. No ana ka hai honix. Aha, o chahe. O hai Johanna Jack. Okay. You can light the pipe. You can light the pipe. Smoke four puffs and pass it on. Just hand it to her and then the pipe will go around, that way. Now, never had matches. Nobody never matched me, so never had matches, Some people want to know. You smoke a pipe. Weird. No, I said let's see. People?
No dog will understand I can.
Oh. We could smoke cigarettes, the way we want it, but when you don't have the Indian psychiatrists, Indian professors that we got, when you don't believe yourself, the pipe always go out on you. That's what they told us. If you're really not sincere, it's gonna go out on you. So that's why whenever the pipe go to me, I don't want to go out on me. There's a lot of people, they'll judge me with what I was doing. And Mr. Indian always have one light. He started one fire. that goes one. He never struck match every person, you know. Pass the pipe this way. Pass it this way, you know. So it goes back to over here, you know. Oh, I think
My brother asked me to.
I know he coming back from Chippewa Reservation or Mohawk Reservation. I stopped one place. They probably was so tired. And then we went into a cafe. A bunch of white men sitting there looking at me. Indian. I'd never seen an Indian, you know. I didn't say anything. I just ordered what I. Then they kind of telling the other parties, he's Indian, that's Indian. So those are the people. It's mumbling in their mouth, you know. I don't know what to say, but I hear that, you know. You track it. I have time for the people. All my time. Maybe I'm going to live another about 50 years, maybe 25 years. All my time, I give my time to my people, to the red man. So I will be used as a tool. Almost got killed 2-3 times too, you know. But I never give up. By white men, by Indian, by my own tribe, by my other reservation. Almost got killed, you know. But I never give up. I will never. I will stand here till I die. You know. But before I die, I want somebody to learn these things. Then I told him, maybe it's going to be a white man that's going to come here and learn all these things. My own people are sitting looking, listen, don't learn. Maybe there's going to be a white man going to come here and do these things. Spiritual power works so many ways. So I told these things, you know. It's good. Then it's good to be an Indian. It's really good. Sometimes I enjoy the whole universe. I dance for the universe, you know. I used to dance, but I don't believe rock music, you know. Don't believe that. I don't believe that kind of new music, you know. I believe my Indian music. The reason why I'm going to make a brief, inform you these things. The 4 directions that I believe the Indian music is the first time the Western Hemisphere. So the music that I don't believe that, but my music I believe that ritual music. That's why I believe these things. Then if it's going to be a way to it, let's show the way. Then everybody will follow. The music of the life, if it's going to go from east to west, everybody will know it. So I told my people, if you're going to let your hair grow, be sure you braid your hair. Don't let it just loosen up, you know. If you're going to look like Indian, trying to act and feel like Indian, then the feelings will be here. That's what I told the people. So some guys, I never hear, don't believe radios too, you know. But these things, some of you are going to understand good things. You're going to understand, but don't use it the way you've been using the earth thing. Use it the way the thing that's been present to the Western Hemisphere. These are important. So brother here asked me, how come you don't hear radio? Travel all night, you know, turn the radio on, hear the music. No. There's a music box in my life here that I believe. I believe that. So when that music play in my own human being, I like it. I had the feeling for it. See, he always teach me a lot of things. So he asked me about that, whatever I'm going to say. He knows it already, but re-educate me again. These kind of things, you know. And the herb, he's a music box. He didn't say this herb. He didn't say he was a she or he, but he was a spirit. He knows all things. So whenever I'm really proud that we had a good medicine. Good medicine. We are the luckiest people, I guess. All these good things. We never, there's no such a thing as chemical medicine, you know. From the Great Spirit He planted in this planet. So when He took this, see a lot of good things. Feel happy, feel good, you know. We don't abuse it. So my father's belief is another belief, you know. My father, he believed guitar. You know, he sing guitar, he got over guitar. But my way of believe this kind of ways. And these little buttons you see, the herbs. So it's good. It's really good to be an Indian, you know. Then it's really good to be a white man. Good to be a colored man. All these races, you know. It's really good to be a human being. All to one, you know. And these are the things that I like, you know. And I'm not much of a talker, but I always like to talk about these good things, you know, and enjoy these good things. And I told my people, someday I made a wish. I never wish, you know, but I made a wish. Someday I wish all the generation will know this herb. It's you, the generation, could stop the thing that been what's going on today. And all the universities that I went through, that I stopped, I told them, find this herb. Then that's the main one. You could stop, you could see, you could hear how. Then these are the important things. I'll make this man here. This man sitting here, I made him through this way. He's a white man. Made him brothers. You all hear John Fire, Lame Deer book that now it's coming out. It's now out, I think. He prayed for us, you know. There's a white man and you're Indian, but you're going to be brothers. 1954. First time I hear a word hippie at that time. 1954. I was alone with my father and mother. Is that up? Huh? You come back? Oh, Hichu. Well, Chanapa. We're not used to this, and we might get choked, you know, and we're not used to these things, you know. So these are the things, you know. First time in my home, back to my reservation, a black man and a white woman went to my home. They heard about me, and by a professor and a priest went down there. Before they went down there, and by accidentally, when they went down there, this priest went there. Hey, Crow Dog, I want to ask you something about some of the things that we want to know. So, what is it? Who are the human savages that eat human being? What? Who are the man? Who are the tribe that eat human being? So I kind of think about it. No, I know. The white man teach the Indian. First time the white man mentioned, the bread will be my body, my blood will be the wine. So it's vice versa that I know it's the white men that eat human body, human flesh. That's what I told him. So I made a mistake. I said, no, maybe somebody misinterpreted this thing. So I told him, these are the things. So we don't eat human bodies. We're not doing those things yet. The white men are doing those things. And he said, well, how come you eat dog? How come? I asked him, how come you eat snake? I ask you these things. So he said, it's really too late. When the pipe goes round, Indian ways, when the pipe goes round, well, we don't smoke cigarettes, Till the pipe goes back to the altar, then we smoke the pipe. The word, respect your brother's vision, I like to smoke. I got some brother-in-laws that like to smoke. They got those nicotine fits, Before I get through talking, they always want to smoke, but I always told him, Brother here told me to tell you, see, you could see, you could hear. You hear pretty nice, You see. I want to tell you a short story that one of our grandfather told us. It's a true story, and it's a true story that he told us. The Great Spirit told a man, I'm going to come to your home, your place, your home. So you must prepare the things that I teach you, been teaching you. So he got home and got everything ready. Plenty of food and everything. Waiting. The sun was going. Old lady was going, going to this house. Knock at the door. And this man opened up the door.